If you look at the electromagnetic spectrum, what you'll notice is that visible light, the area of the spectrum that we as humans can see, comprises a small portion of the frequency distribution, which ranges from very short energy pulses at the far end, gamma rays, to the very long radio waves located at the opposite end. Although we cannot physically see with our eyes all the frequencies which constitute the energy field of possibilities, they nonetheless do exist and can be demonstrated using various types of sensing methods. The visible light which we can perceive consists of all the color combinations possible, from the basic red, blue, yellow common to our everyday experience to every possible shade and permutation. This is all we can physically sense with our visual apparatus. Yet it would be a mistake to assume that the world we see and experience is all there is, as if the other frequencies of energy did not exist, simply because we could not visually detect them. The truth about what we perceive with our five senses is that it is only a limited representation of the all-inclusive domain which makes up a bigger picture that we as humans are immersed in. The world we see is being shaped and manifested by the influence of non-physical processes occurring in a hyperdimensional space-time realm that is external to our common 3D experience. Within that realm there are two dominant forces, and which are set in opposition to each other. Force A, incorporeal, non-material entities sometimes referred to as demons, and Force B, the restraining power of God's Holy Spirit. And it is at this point that modern science diverges from reality. In not accepting the hypothesis of a contingent universe populated with energetic bodies that interact with the 3D dimensional world, science limits itself to a mere description of processes which only seem apparent when detected by sensory equipment such as the electron microscope, a Hubble Deep Space Telescope, or a CERN Hadron Supercollider. While researchers can identify that an energy transformation has occurred, they cannot elaborate much more than that about why or how it occurred. For example, they can talk about electron orbitals, but have no idea of what is powering the electrons. Or they can devise theories to describe the structure of matter, but cannot account for the curious absence of matter at the subatomic level. They know of nuclear, electromagnetic, and gravitational forces, but cannot fathom how those forces are propagated to produce unexplainable phenomenon such as spontaneous cell division, gravitational action at a distance, and psi phenomenon like telekinesis, precognition, teletransportation, and other non-physical processes that have been spontaneously demonstrated but are not understood in scientific terms. While the stage magicians can levitate themselves and material items and can produce an unending stream of physical objects seemingly at will, science can do little more than scratch its head and look the other way, somewhat embarrassed that their holy grail cannot answer the most elementary questions regarding what and how. At a loss for an explanation, scientists are quick to retreat back into the comfort zone of their respective disciplines, physics, mathematics, and chemistry, hoping that the confounding phenomenon will somehow go away and cease to be a persistent blind spot in their perceptual field. The answer is that what we normally perceive to be reality is that it is actually only a very small portion of a much larger all-encompassing totality, merely a slice of a higher dimensional pie, 4D, 5D, 6D, and greater still. We therefore, as human beings with five senses constrained within the 3D space, only accept as real that which we can demonstrate through those means, and disregard all the rest, as if it doesn't exist and isn't real, except as a curious phenomenon that cannot be explained by conventional means. The truth about reality lies beyond quantum physics, which can only provide clues and hints of something more, something non-physical, non-local, and entirely spiritual. The everyday reality we experience cannot be explained by the scientific method, or be otherwise easily dismissed in rationalistic terms. Because the causal factors are external to time and space and cannot be conceptualized by any current model proposed by physics, science is inadequate for describing the manifold worlds that we simultaneously inhabit. It's as if we have one foot in the third dimension and the other foot in a fourth dimension, or higher frequency realm. Reality is not merely a static void of interacting forces, but rather is an expansion of our senses to experience spirit beings of varying intensity, identity, and personality. The universe is mostly invisible. It is multidimensional, and where cause and effect can be totally unrelated, time can stop or reverse, and physical laws can and must be violated. Reality is energy expressed in frequencies that transcend the known limits of the electromagnetic spectrum. This is the realm of the spiritual, and is the cause of what we think of as reality. To us, in the third dimension, it is a very strange land, one where all the rules are broken, and where, once the translucent veil has been removed and the stage curtain is parted, a cast of characters are revealed to be the causation of what was previously understood in mechanistic terms as physical laws and forces manifesting as observable phenomenon. Welcome to the world of reality. Only upon death will you fully understand this video.